So if anyone listening just remembers this phrase, you can expect your guests to be treated the way you treat your team. If you treat your team with love and care and accountability, they can't do anything they want, but when they perform well, they have a loving, nurturing environment to come to, then your guests are going to get that same feeling. A lot of managers that manage the front line out there, they don't necessarily know, and we know this because we've dealt with over 100,000 frontline people, so we got all kinds of stories. You may very well be the highlight of their life. We've seen horrific things that we find out about these frontline employees that they're dealing with, and the only safe haven they have is work. And if they go to work and it's a toxic environment or the manager is a jerk, you're putting them in an untenable situation when in exchange you could be the light of their life. And that is when you really start to unlock people's potential, and they'll give you their heart and soul. I don't know that I have a magic bullet for that one, except that you got to set some very small objectives, some small milestones, so that progress can be measured in a situation where the progress might not be obvious. So come up with a contest, come up with a reward system. There's going to be a breakfast or a coffee with the GM club, and we're going to set a performance expectation that's very achievable. And those that achieve it are going to come together and have coffee with the GM. Something like that just begins to signal to the frontline management that the GM cares about it, and it's important. And what we find is, if you know about the reward system in the brain, for most people, the real reward isn't the coffee with the GM, it's the anticipation of the coffee with the GM. That's a very small example of a thing that the main leader, can grab hold of that culture a little bit and start to infuse what they want into it, and signal to the other managers that this is how we're going to do things now. We're going to make it, it's going to be firm, there's going to be accountability, but it's also going to be fun, and there's going to be love, and we're not going to have any of this toxicity or these, I have an ethos in my company, and one of the things that it says is, I will not hold someone to standards I don't hold for myself. So I fall back to what I was saying is, I say to the GM, okay, I understand your position, but you can expect your guests to have that experience, because you're allowing that culture to be that guy or that lady's attitude. So there is no way that a server can be expected to filter out their boss chewing on their neck, turn around and be super loving to the guests.